What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another rotation show. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have a really special guest. He owns one of the biggest greenhouses in the world, pretty much. His brand is known all over California. He's a multi-state operator as well. He has farms in LA, Humboldt, and OKC, blowing up over there. He has quite a few rappers smoking his weed and more than 400K followers on IG. Everyone, please welcome Sean from Bono Ape. Brother, how you doing?
What's up? What's up? How are you?
Chilling, man.
Yes.
Glad you came out, dude.
I love it. I love being back in Sacramento. Sacramento's my home. I love this place.
That's dope because I mean, we started this show trying to, really spotlight a lot of Sacramento talent, dude. And it's fucking pretty dope that you've done, what'd you say, 20 years here?
22. Actually,
That's
I had a bad day in Sacramento today.
Oh shit.
I just flew in to do your show, but then I stopped at my facility because I have a chain of schools out here, and one of my executives there is not really doing a great job. His performance is going low. I decided to do an unannounced visit, and I talked to my partner out here, and she's telling me he's not doing well. Something's off. Something's weird about him.
Right.
So I check in on him, and I can tell like his eyes are dilated. He's not doing it. Like, I haven't seen this dude in like many years. He's a high level executive. So right before I came to the show, believe it or not, I had to take him to go get drug tested.
Oh shit.
And he didn't want to go.
Oh,
so I already knew what was going on, right?
Obvious.
So we've been having a lot of problems with him, and so I cared about the dude. I wanted to make him figure out exactly what's going on, but end of the day, he's having a hard time like admitting he has a problem.
Right.
And earlier we were talking about like the polar opposites of people that can either admit when they have a problem and people that can't, and a lot of it has to do with extreme, what I like to call extreme ownership,
right?
Extreme responsibility.
Okay.
Like, most of the talk I had with him this afternoon was about, can you admit you have a problem? Can you admit you're a fucking drug addict, right? And I was trying to save this dude's job. And right. I think if he was able to really like own the fact that he was a drug addict, I would probably help him.
Right.
But the fact that he was just blowing it off like he didn't have a problem, it just doesn't make me feel like he can fix this situation.
Right. You can't help somebody that doesn't want to help themselves at that point, man.
Right.
You're going to get nowhere.
Right.
He's not done yet, right?
He's done.
He's done. Oh, well, he's not
he's
done.
He's done with me.
But he's done with you. I mean, he could have got probably just suspended in rehab or something like that. Come back in like 3 months and you're good to go.
If he would have answered my questions properly, he probably could have done that.
What drug you think he's on?
He wouldn't tell me.
Ooh.
But I took him to go get drug tested.
Yeah.
I drove his ass to get drug tested.
And he never tested?
Oh, we don't get the results on Tuesday. So he's on suspension until Tuesday, and then we're going to see what happened.
Oh, shit. Well, it's a positive show, so I wish the best for the guy, and I wish the best for you.
It's positive, but this got to be a real show. We're going to talk about some real shit. I've been like saving all my little stories, like, because I got good stories. Let's just story tell, you know what I mean? Like,
well, let's fucking start from there, man. Where are you from? How did you get where you are right now?
The interesting, how did I get to Sacramento is even more interesting. I got a good Sacramento story for you.
Okay.
A really good Sacramento story. So, grew up in Los Angeles. I'm gangbanging all my life. I find my way to this great company where everyone kind of understands my story from high school, gangbanging in the 90s, and then getting arrested for armed robbery, and then finding my way to... I get into a job to change my life around.
Right.
This job was the most dopest job in the world. It was a salesman job at 24 Hour Fitness.
Okay.
And I'm making dough. Like, I remember being 18 and a half, making $15,000 a month in 1999, which is like $20,000 a month today.
Yeah.
Just slanging memberships to like anyone that wants to buy a membership at 24 Hour Fitness. Like back then, you could buy a membership, you could sell a membership and make $300 on one membership, the right kind of membership. And I remember one day I sold 9 of them in one day.
Damn.
I was balling, bro. Like at 19.
19?
Yes.
That's disposable money.
So I was so in love with this company because I was like wondering how I was gonna really like change my life and take care of my family. Making $15,000 a month was on my way up. So this is a good 24-hour. This is a good story about Sacramento, but also how to believe in yourself and rise up in a company. So I'm gonna give you like the heads up on how to rise in a company in the most fastest way possible. I'm gonna give you a secret, okay?
Go ahead.
All right, check this out. If you want to make more money, this is a money story, okay? A true story.
Right.
So I'm making $15,000 a month, and they moved me from. I was in Santa Cruz. They moved me from Santa Cruz, San Jose. I was bouncing around, and I'm gaining traction, making more and more. I get promoted to general manager, and then from there they moved me to Hawaii. I go to Hawaii, and my secret to making a lot of money as a salesperson, I wasn't a good salesperson. I had just gotten out from my armed robbery situation, right? So and when I just got out of my armed robbery situation, I was trying to get a job at McDonald's. They wouldn't hire me, Kentucky Fried Chicken. But I walked into a 24-hour fitness right when a dude was getting fired. And I just walked in at the right time, right? So dude's getting fired, and he's like, fuck you for being late. See that dude right there with the resume? He's going to take your job. So I'm like, man, lucky. They're going to check my fucking background. I got the job. So I didn't know shit about selling memberships, and I had never even been to the gym. I was only 19. But true story. I remember when all the salespeople would go out and have a cigarette, I'll be like, yo, I'm going to hang back. And every time a new customer will come in, everyone's gone having a cigarette. So they call Sean up, right? See, like the best customers are the ones that walk in. The brand new salespeople, they just hand you a white pages, and you got to go through the white pages and cold call people and be like, yo, can you come in for a 10-day pass? And then you got to convert the 10-day pass. You're not really here for a 10-day pass. You want to get a real membership. You want to lose weight and do all these things, right? So those suck because everyone just really wants a 10-day pass, and then they're just trying to get a free little membership. But I figure on those 10-minute times when people are on their break, I get the walk-ins that come in, and those are laydowns. I'm getting free memberships, right? Yeah. So then I said, let me take this to another level, and let me come in an hour early and leave an hour late. So now I have 10 minutes plus 2 hours, and I'll catch 1 or 2 in the morning, 1 or 2 at night. So I said, okay, regular hours are from 8 to 5. So that's 8 hours a day. So I said, let me take this to a whole nother level. Let me show up at 6 in the morning and then leave at 10 at night, because it's 24-hour fitness. There ain't no closing time. Every once in a while, someone will try to sneak their friend in. Oh, you can't come in. You got to buy a membership. Someone will come in early in the morning, right before work. Normally, they would say there's no salespeople here, but I was there. So I soon figured out I didn't have to be a good salespeople. I just had to hustle harder than these motherfuckers.
And be in the right place at the right time.
Not just, being in the right place means you got to be there.
Yeah.
So our motherfuckers are sleeping.
You're there.
And then I took it to a whole nother level, and I'll just bring lunch with me instead of going out to lunch. So all these little increments of time that I'm there, I'm catching all the people coming in. And sales is really all about how many numbers of opportunity you have.
Right. It's a numbers game.
It's a numbers game, right?
All day.
So my numbers were higher, even though my salesmanship was low. The guys that had good game could see a couple people, but I was right there with them, just on the fact that I was there more than them, right? So that was my little secret. And then I said, why take 2 days off a week? Let me work 7 days a week. Okay? Yo, my first month, I broke a sales record at 24-Hour Fitness that still to this day has not been broken, and it's $19.99, my first month. So I kept that going on every month for like a year, and I took 1 day off.
Wow.
That's a true story. 1 day off that year, right?
What's the record?
I don't even know the numbers, but I know that when they show the list of salespeople, first place, second place, third place, first place is here, but second place is down here. And it was my first month.
Damn.
This piece of the story is really important, okay? So I rise up in the company and get promoted. They send me to Hawaii, okay? Shout out to Barnes out there in Hawaii, who my cousin, who I got a job over there, he's now the district manager there. I start forcing now I get paid off how the salespeople get paid, right? So instead of me making all the sales, it's how much sales they can do. Right. So I bring a lot of hood little motherfuckers like me and be like, yo, you want to make $15,000 a month? What else you going to do? Fucking be robbing all and doing drug dealing? Come on in. Let's go. Let's sell memberships. So I got me a whole team of little hood motherfuckers in there. And I say, the only way you can be here is you got to work 7 days a week too.
Oh.
Right? But I'm the manager there. So even though I wasn't forcing anybody to work 7 days a week, it's expected. If you're working for me, you're working 7 days a week. Okay? So when HR gets wind of this shit, they're like, yo, you can't be doing this shit. Yo.
Right.
You can't be doing. So I try to go around it. I try to hide the fact that I'm making motherfuckers work 7 days a week. Okay. And they weren't complaining, but when HR would find out what I was doing, because my numbers as a gym were like all up here too. I was number one gym in the company. They had 300 gyms. Okay. This is a true fucking story. Okay. So then when HR gives me my last warning, they fire me like that. By then, I had been working for the company for 3-4 years. I was loving the idea of this fact that I was a gang member and I can finally make money without having to steal or, mind you, I don't have like technical ability. I'm not intelligent in that way. Like I just have like a way of talk. Like I know how to influence people at that time, right? I know, especially little hood motherfuckers, right? I know how to influence them, right?
Right.
So
you speak their language.
I speak their language. I speak the, you know, what it means to be a young man and want to be a millionaire is really what it is.
And how to get out.
And that's what I've been selling all these little motherfuckers. You want to be a millionaire? Fucking let's get in here and crack it off. I would make motherfuckers sleep in the gym because they had to make appointments and shit like that. So check this out. So they fired me. But remember, now at the time, I was loving this metamorphosis that was happening to me from being a gang member to like making real money and not having to look behind my back. That I would wear my 24-hour fitness uniform to the club and be like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm wearing a 24-hour, but I'm fucking making money. I was driving a Mercedes at the time. I was like really doing good. I was sending money back home. My parents were getting taken care of. I was paying the mortgage. So when I get fired, it fucked with me. It did something to me where I was like, man, I love this company. They're supposed to like take me to another level and get me to retire and I don't have to rob anymore and I have like an opportunity. Well, fuck with me. And I remember I said I would never work again for someone ever again in my life. I would never let someone take my destiny and just take it away like that.
Right.
And it started thinking to me like, I'm glad this happened 3 years in, because what if I would have stayed with them for 20 years and then they did the same shit? Right?
Right.
So I promised myself I would never work for another human ever again in my life, right? So
how old were you then?
I was fucking 22.
22.
My boy, who's my brother, he worked, I got him a job at 24 Hour Fitness working with me. We all got fired because I had like a little fucking it was like a RICO case. Like everyone associated with Sean is getting, they fired like 50 motherfuckers the same day.
Damn.
Because anyone associated with me was like a little fucking 24-hour fitness mafia.
Yeah, they were guilty by association.
Yeah, so they fire him too, and we're all sitting in his apartment in San Jose wondering what the fuck we're gonna do next. And it was like a group of us that were really tight, that we're all gonna start a gym together, and because we're all good at selling memberships. Right. And he goes, yo, Sean, check this out, man. My dad owns this care home business that he's been running for like 25 years up in Napa, and he's a millionaire. I'll bring you in with me and you can come and learn about it because I love you. You're my brother. I don't have to do this, but come with me. He offered it. And it changed my life because I wanted to start my own business. I didn't want to work for somebody, but I had to have the knowledge of what kind of business to do.
Right.
So literally, I swear to you, on everything I love, this is how it went down. We go, where are we going to open up our care home business? Because he's in Napa, right? We're in San Jose. We open up a map and we just go like this. And it happened to be Sacramento.
Yeah.
So then we drive up from San Jose, because at the time, houses in 2000 and 2001 were like cheap as shit. And I had 50 grand saved up. That's the only 50 grand I had left. And I bought 3 houses off Florin Road in French, okay? South Sac. And he got 2 houses in North Highlands. And we did all the processing to get our care home business licenses and shit, which take 1 year. Okay, this is the real good part of the story, okay? Yeah. About how to make money. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. So it takes a year to get your license as a care home in California. When you get your house, you're not allowed to rent your house out, because at any time the licensing people can come by and fucking check up on you and want it. And the moment they come by, if you're not ready, they put your license all the way back to the bottom again. So your application, if you want to keep going through, you got to be ready when they stop by, unannounced, right? So for a year, 3 houses on a mortgage, the 50 grand was going to get all wasted up, right?
Yeah.
Because I needed to fix the house, I needed to buy furniture, all that shit. I had to go get a job. But it wasn't like me looking for a career. I just knew I had to get a job to pay for my mortgage, right? At the time, I couldn't get a job again. It was hard for me to find the time. First of all, it was hard for me to find a job that was going to make me what I was making. So this is a story about if you're making like fucking $5,000 a month. If you're making $20 an hour and you get laid off, a lot of motherfuckers will go on fucking unemployment and they'll probably give them $12 an hour, right? Instead of the 20, just on unemployment.
Right.
So a motherfucker's not going to go out and get a job at 12 unless they're getting $20 an hour. I'm just going to be happy getting my money sitting on my ass, right? I have a homie like that. So then I go, why don't you fucking go to work at $12 an hour, $10 an hour, $8 an hour, and fucking show how valuable you are, then make $50 an hour. But if you're sitting on your ass, you ain't going to make shit but the $12 an hour, right? Yep. You stuck.
No progression.
You stuck, exactly.
Yep.
So then I go, hey, I'm making $12,000 a month, $15,000 a month. I'm not having any luck finding that job right now. I need to pay my mortgage to get because my plan is business ownership, right? So I go, oh, there's a salesman job at Sunrise Mall in a little kiosk selling cell phones for minimum wage. Minimum wage, and you make commission. Okay? So that's the thing about commission, because I believe in myself.
Guy, yeah.
I believe in myself. I believe in what I've been honing my skills for. I get it. You know Sunrise Mall, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? I don't know I don't know nothing about no Sunrise Mall. So I go to Sunrise Mall. I get the job. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna fucking kill this motherfucker right now. So I go in with that mindset. I didn't even know nothing about no salesman, no cell phone business. I don't know what cell phone things do what, right? So I go up in that motherfucker and I go, yo, I'm about to kill this motherfucker. First month, I use all my salesmanship and I fucking sell the fuck out that motherfucker, and I'm number one in the company. They're like 70 salespeople. Of course I'm number one in the company. I've been killing it at the 25 fitness spot, right? Yeah. So I'm number one in the company. Now here's the secret. Ready? At the time, I was reading a book called Thinking Like a CEO. Okay, remember this book, okay? And that book taught me that the salesperson always tries to close the assistant manager for a raise. Then the assistant manager tries to close the manager for a raise. Manager tries to close the district manager for a raise. District manager closes the vice president for a raise. Vice president closes the president for a raise. President closes the owner for a raise. Yeah. Thinking Like a CEO taught me, if you're a salesperson, close the owner for a raise. Okay? Right. So my first month, I was number one salesperson. Every month, they had a luncheon where the owner would talk to everybody in the area, region, and just talk about our numbers and shit like that and give everyone motivation. So when he went to the restroom, they had a printout of all the salesmen fucking rankings, and I was number one. He went to the restroom. Joe, come over here. Let me show you something. I showed my little paper. I just been here for a month. I'm number one in the company. What would happen if I was running one of your stores? I'd be number one store. He'd go, you're right. He gave me, I jumped from salesperson to manager of that store in 1 month, right?
Yeah.
You know what happened? That month, I'm number one in the company for the store, right?
The store got number one.
It was like, he had Sunrise, Arden Mall, he had every mall in California, Valley Fair, all the way down to and he had Washington and Oregon too, but all the way down to San Diego, right? So I'm number one store in the company. Luncheon happens again. He goes to, Joe, look at the paper. I did what I said I was going to do, right? I'm number one in the company. I've only been here for 2 months. What will happen if you made me the district manager and I had 3 of your stores? I guarantee you how much more money would I make you? You know what, Sean? This is a true story. Joe, if you're watching, you remember me. Yo, Sean, you're right. Promotion, district manager. So in 60 days, I went from salesperson, slanging phones in the mall, to district manager, controlling 3 locations. Arden Fair, this one, and at the time it was downtown mall. Outdoor. Okay, yeah, outdoor. Yeah. You know what's up?
Downtown.
Yeah, I was managing that motherfucker, right? So then, 30 days later, it's the luncheon, and you know what time it was already. My district was killing everybody. Yo, Joe. I did what I said I was going to do. Now, all my bosses who were my supervisors were like, why does Sean keep talking to Joe for it? They're all getting salty and pissed, right? Because who was my boss at the time? Now I'm becoming their boss.
Their bosses, yeah.
And it's all weird and funky, right?
Right.
Yo, Joe. Number one district in the area. In the company. I'm in the company. What would happen if I was controlling your region? By this time, me and Joe are tight, right? He likes me. Joe's liking me, right? So then, yeah, Sean, of course. He replaces the regional manager who controlled all of Bay Area from Valley Fair Mall, Salinas to Valley Fair Mall, all the way up to fucking Washington. And he gave it all to me. Damn. So by the 4th fucking month, I was the regional vice president of that of the whole Northern California up above. Right?
That's wild, bro.
4th fucking month, and I'm making fucking $17,000 a month in 4 fucking months.
And you hit over what you were making at fucking 24.
I was making more than that.
Yeah.
But even still, because I got fucking traumatized by being fired, I still wasn't happy with the $17,000 a month. Mm-hmm. In my mind, I knew that this 17 grand, this is just a stepping stone, right? All the way to the point where finally, after 1 year, I got my licenses for my care homes, right?
Right.
I just stopped going to work. And they would just keep sending me checks, right?
Oh, shit.
Once Joe and them found out, like, I wasn't going to work no more, they flew me down to San Diego to a corporate office. Sean, we got to talk to you. But then I'm like, I'm not really giving a fuck. My business is cracking down in South Sac, right? And they're like, Sean, we hear you're not going to work. And I'm like, I don't know where you hear that from. And they're like, yo, damn. This is what they tell me. Sean, we're letting you go today. And if you take any salespeople to AT&T, we're going to stop your severance pay. I don't even know what the fuck severance pay is.
Oh, shit.
These motherfuckers gave me fucking 17 grand for 6 months, 6 more months, just to, like, walk away happy and shit.
Walk away. Don't fucking sue me. Yeah.
I went like, thank you, sir. And walked out that motherfucker, bro.
Damn. So how did you fucking feel when you're reading that book and then you put it into actual action and you saw yourself rise within that 6 months to fucking regional manager? What the fuck? That's a mind-blowing fucking experience and moment.
I would say reading was like the biggest changing factor in my whole like transformation from just single-minded street level
knowledge
thought process, to opening a world of just what I want to achieve in my life.
Right.
But that's just a piece of it, you know. That's the knowledge part. But you have to have something inside you that wants to make this crack off.
The grit, the grind.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I understand that, dude.
The 7 days a week.
7 days a fucking week.
I went back to that, by the way, and I broke all the HR rules again. And I went back to, I mean, part of what made us so big in selling phones is I went back to that knowing if they fired me, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to kill this motherfucker, right? I don't care about your HR labor laws. Like, I'm going to come in here and, like, be number one in the company.
Right.
And I'm going to work. Yo, for 5 years straight, this is on everything I love, on my grandma's grave. I worked 5 years straight, and I took 1 day off a year, 5 days off.
Damn. That's work ethic times a million. That's a little excessive, Sean. I'm just joking.
We were talking about being excessive, though, a second ago, right?
Polar opposites.
Right now, I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I have a cannabis company. I don't smoke weed. It's not because I hate weed smoking. It's my brain cannot moderate things, and I get in trouble. If I took one hit of that, I haven't smoked weed in 6 years, okay? Right. If I take one hit of I love weed so fucking much, and I want to smoke, but it's not a part of my life right now.
Right.
Just like other things that I can abuse, you know what I mean? The thing is that I have an addictive personality,
right?
But I love it. Because right now, I'm fucking addicted to creating the greatest cannabis company on the planet.
Yeah, you're focusing it.
I'm addicted to being the best father that I could be. I'm I'm obsessed with it. I'm reading books about fatherhood. I'm reading books about being a good friend. Like those are things that matter to me right now. And I just don't know how to moderate. So it's just, I treat it as a strength.
Yeah, and you're fucking going hard as hell on the side of making yourself better, a better person to be around, and everything, like, you know, that's a lot of mental discipline for anybody, especially if you come from the hood. Like, I mean, doing drugs and drinking, fucking doing any sort of stimulant is fun and just culture, you know. But to break away from that and really go 1,000% in the other direction, but still having those addictive personalities and going 1,000% in things that are making you better in all aspects of your life. You know,
I think I'm the only friend that doesn't smoke, that doesn't drink alcohol. Like,
right.
But I still go to the club and act like I'm drunk.
Right. I mean,
have a great time.
You don't have to. I don't think. I hate it when people try to give you shit that you don't drink enough or you don't smoke enough. Or it's like I know my limits. I know my body. I know what kind of a guy I would be if I did that. You know what I mean? You don't want it, man. Yeah, it's like that should be accepted.
I'm not a good drunk too. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. You don't want this.
I am the worst drunk. You could, like, you'll be babysitting me.
Yeah,
all this equipment here would all be destroyed right here. All this.
Yeah, your friends.
All those fucking expensive cameras and all the lights and all that bullshit would be fucking just like, And then two, like I get really bad. Like it's because I have so many demons. You know, we talked about my demons earlier,
right?
And a lot of things that have happened to me, like what happened to my dad, and you know, I have a lot of good and bad from Sacramento. You know, my grandmother was murdered in Sunrise Care Home over here. So like, there's a lot of murder in my family. You know, a lot of like loss from human. And so another thing I wanted to touch on, just to like help you as young, like I like working with young people.
I feel it, man.
Especially like I like young women. I like helping young women just 'cause I have a daughter, but like I connect with young men. You know what I mean? Like young men that want to make a lot of money and take care of their families. That relates to me. You know what I'm saying? And so my main message to like a lot of young men is dealing with a lot of like their own inner like demons and anger and shit. You know what I mean? I come from I come from a place where I can be angry for a lot of reasons, because a lot of people were taken from me, and because I come from like a very violent environment growing up, where because my father was gone, he got murdered when I was a baby, I only had other gang members that taught me how to be a man.
Right.
But they didn't have dads either, so they were all misunderstood on how to like, what is a real man, right? They would deal with violence as a way to like react to shit, right? So I learned that violence is a reaction, is how you should react to things, right? And so I remember like doing a lot of fucked up shit to people. I've done a lot of like bad things to innocent people that I've never got caught for.
Right.
I've probably done some of the most like merciless things to people. I can never, like, I could not even like, I can't even relate to that person anymore. And so I think it's a dual scenario where later on in life, I really had to learn how to forgive people.
Right. And forgive yourself.
I mean, I really had nothing to do with someone that shot my dad in the face. Right. And I had no one to do with someone that murdered my grandma.
So forgive those people, yeah.
If I don't learn how to forgive those people, I'm fucked up in my head. Things are happening. So I'm going to tell you my ghost story from Guam now. That's going into this now. Okay. I'm going to tell you a good Guam story, okay? So I'm born on Guam. 20 days later, my dad gets shot. So I don't really know my dad, right? He's murdered. I'm 20 days old. So my whole family, which my family, I don't have a lot of extended families. My grandma, my mom, my sister. That's my whole family. 3 women, right?
Right.
And we're in Guam. He gets murdered. And Guam is a very small place with a lot of like family ties to each other. Right. Even the dude that shot him, like his cousin was the judge that tried him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's a lot of like support his way. You know, we're not from Guam, right? My grandma had a nightclub there.
Right.
So later on in life, I'm 23 in the San Jose 24-hour fitness selling memberships. And a lady walks in while I'm at the front desk, and she looks at my name tag and she goes, "Your last name is Sa? I know your dad."
No way.
Yeah.
In like, San Jose.
San Jose. I'm from Los Angeles. My dad's in Guam.
Right.
Yo. This story's about to be trippy, okay?
Yeah.
So then I go, "My dad's dead." She goes, Yeah, I know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I go, "Tell me more," right? Now, at this time, I'm about to get promoted to one of the biggest clubs in Sunnyvale that paid like, it was one of the biggest clubs to run where you get the most money. I was working my way up to this promotion, and they're about to hand me the promotion. Okay? So this lady pops into my life like that. "I know your dad." At this time, like, I didn't know too much. Like, it'd be different if my dad got murdered when I was 15 and I knew him really well and I spent a lot of time with him. But I'm 20 days old, right? So I was always curious about who he was and like how, I just want to know more about him. Right. And I also wanted to know who killed him.
Right.
Or whatever happened to that person. I just kind of like left it. I was so busy and focused on my grind and my hustle, I couldn't like think about anything else about shit like that. So I take her to my office. We sit in my office for 4 hours and she's telling me stories about my dad. everything from how his personality was, all things you'd want to know about your dad.
Right.
At the end of the conversation, we're having a good time. She's talking about all these great stories about him. At the end of the story, she starts crying. And she goes, you know the guy that shot your dad? I know where he's at.
Oh. Yeah, that's rough.
Yo, this story about to get crazy.
Where the fuck is he at?
You remember I was telling you about the dinosaur and the thing? Okay, watch, check this out. I'm 23 years old, right? Life is on an upward trajectory. I'm making $15,000 a month. I'm about to get promoted to one of the biggest clubs. I'm going to be the youngest general manager at a 24-hour fitness at the time. And she tells me this, and being young and having this street energy, revengeful anger, like evil energy still kind of buried somewhere there. It's coming out now.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit of money. So, yo, it took 24 hours. And I'm on my way flying to fucking Guam. Okay. I'd never been to Guam before. I'm flying to Guam the next day.
Damn.
Okay. Check this out.
Okay.
Yeah. It's about to get crazy, right? Check this out. This is a true story. I land. I get me a little rent-a-car. I go to this little hotel over there, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in Guam. All I have is a name. She goes, his name is Aquanina, like that, okay? And I go, now that's a hard name to spell, like I come to find out later, okay?
Yeah.
I try to spell it the way it's pronounced. And the only thing I can do is look in the white pages and start, at the time, they don't have no cell phones. They had just like the big phones with a quarter in it in a fucking hotel. So I grab me a bunch of quarters and I just go down the line. And I had to, in my head, I had the story. I would go, hi, sir, this is John. And I was in the Army, and if there's an Alex Aquanina here, he knew my father and he promised my dad that he would get me a job when I got out of the military. And I went down the list in the whole white pages.
Yeah.
And didn't find anybody. Right? I went through the whole A's, right? Well, I went through all what it sounded like Aquanina. I couldn't go through all the A's, right? So now we're in day 2. And because I've never been to Guam, I'm like, yo, this is my opportunity to go to my dad's grave.
Right.
So then I drive I drive to the spot where my mom gives me a little map. I go to the grave. I'm chilling. It was a shock to me. Every day I would go visit the grave. I was there on the 4th day of calling all the fucking names. I'm about to give up now because I don't even know I was just out there on emotion. Like, I just got to come here and find this motherfucker, right?
Right.
So by this time I'm like losing traction because no one knows who the fuck I'm talking about, right? So I'm sitting outside at the hotel, and at the time I was smoking cigarettes. I was smoking a cigarette, and I see this fucking cop coming right here, right? And just as I'm about to give up, I throw a Hail Mary and go, let me just talk to this cop, right? I go up to the cop, and I go, hey, I'm looking for this name. I tell him the same story. And you know what this dude tell me? He goes, that's my cousin.
Oh, shit. Whoa.
Yo, watch. So I shoot him over $200, and he starts feeding me all the information where homie's at, right? And I start calling the numbers he gives me, but no one's picking up. So every time I'm about to get a lead, I get a good lead, it goes like this, right?
Right.
But I know I'm like in the same area that I should be in. Obviously, it's like something's moving me. Like, why was I even smoking like it gave me more energy to stay because I'm about to leave. So even though the numbers weren't working, I was moving in the right direction. So every time I'm about to leave, something pops up and says, you got to stay.
Right.
Okay. So then he does tell me, the cop tells me, hey, he hangs out at the strip club all the time.
Damn.
Okay. There's only one strip club there at the time. There's only one strip club there at the time. And so I remember, cool. Like, the numbers he gave me weren't working, but at least he gave me that little bit of information. That night, I go to the strip club. Okay, so I'm at the strip club, and I talk to every single dancer, customer, tell them the same military story, right? Nobody knows where. They all keep saying the same thing. He hasn't been here in 7 years. He hasn't been here in 7 years. They all know him, but he hasn't been there. They all have the same story that he disappeared in 7 years.
Oh, wow.
So
That's weird.
At least there's some consistency in where the last time everyone saw this cat, right? That he was at least here 7 years ago.
These
right?
strippers had a 7-year career there. That's fucking crazy.
It's Guam, bro. It's Guam. So it's not just the strippers, but also the bartenders and the regulars that were there. There's only one strip club in Guam.
I got you.
So then I'm about to give up again. I go outside, have a cigarette, right? It's 3 a.m, and I've been there since 6 in the evening, talking to every new customer who came in. So then this one last customer walks in. I watch him go right to the bar and sit at the bar and start talking to the bartender like he knows the bartender, like he's a regular. I flick my cigarette. Last dude, I'm gonna go talk to this cat. If he don't fucking know nobody, I'm flying back home, man. I'm fucking up my job situation. They're calling me like, Sean, if you don't come back, you're not gonna get your promotion, right? Yeah. My whole life is moving in this direction, and then I get sidetracked by this lady telling me about about this dude that killed my dad, right? So then I walk straight to that guy. I sit next to him. I tell him the military scenario. Alex Acuna is supposed to help me. You know what this dude tell me? That's my best friend.
Oh, fuck. And you get closer. What a roller coaster of emotions, dog. Whoa. So then you got his best friend.
He moved to Saipan 7 years ago.
Okay.
Started a little business, like a print shop.
Right.
Here's his phone number.
Oh, shit. You went to Saipan?
You ready? Here's the rest of the story.
Let's go, dog. Yeah, this is...
So I have the information right here of the dude that shot my dad and killed my dad. Okay? And I'm like...
Damn.
At that point in time, I'm not caring too much about a promotion no more. Because anybody can relate to the fact that if someone takes your family member away, it's on. Even Cain Velasquez right now is dealing with some areas of like inner demons that have caused him to... See, the thing is that I was 23 dealing with emotions that were so hard to control that I knew that if I couldn't control them, they would kill me. Or, I mean, being in jail for the rest of your life is killing me, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
much.
I know some people would rather die, actually, than be in jail for the rest of their life.
Right.
Right? But I knew that was where I was going, and I was on that I don't give a fuck mode. You feel me?
Yep.
And certain things can put you in a I don't give a fuck mode. Like the murder of your...
Yeah, he had a pretty good reason.
Yeah. So, I got the number. I go back to the hotel. And I had this whole plan on saying, hey, I have a package for you. I didn't have the address, but I had the phone number.
Right.
Oh, before I call the dude, I go to my dad's grave one last time. Just to kind of say goodbye, because I knew I was about to go bye-bye.
Yeah.
And I call the dude up back at the hotel. And I'm starting the story like, hey, I have a package for you. And as I'm listening to the dude talk to me, hi, how are you? He doesn't know who I am. I stopped the story. And I just, because at that point I was like, I don't care what the consequences are. I'm just going to go. I want to let you know what's about to happen type shit. Like, I don't want to sneak up behind you and do some sneaky shit. I'm about to let you know what's coming. I'm hunting you.
You couldn't hold back.
Yeah, I'm hunting you and just know that you can't hide from me and I'm going to get you. You're not that far from me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So at that moment, I don't know what came over me, because there were thoughts of like my mom and my grandma who knew that I was in Guam at the time. And of course, I love my sister too. And there were thoughts about like an understanding of true reality. And true reality is killing this man is not going to bring my dad back. That's the true reality. I cannot do anything about yesterday. If I focus on tomorrow, though, I can make much more of an impact. And I'm thinking about taking care, I mean, not just an impact. My grandmother would be... And my mom had to go through someone murdering her husband right when she had a baby. So if she lost her son, it would probably devastate her.
Yeah.
And my grandma loved me to death. So if she knew that I was in jail for the rest of my life,
it's like losing you.
She would be dead. She would commit suicide.
Yep.
She's that type of grandma. So anger control, emotion control, being less emotional is a part of my story. Because I have done things to innocent people that I've never met before that are like, I ended up just hanging up the phone. So it's a weird roller coaster of a life where you're like, I've done things to innocent people, but then the dude that kills your dad, you leave him alone.
Right. So what came over you right there, bro? Like, just...
My brain kicked in over what my heart was feeling.
Logical thinking.
That was the beginning of the true essence of extreme logical thinking.
Right.
But extreme is a really weird word because a lot of people don't understand the word extreme. They just think it's a lot of, or it's too much of something. But to me, extreme is a real word. It's a word of the highest level of something. You can be extremely angry too, which I was before. But everything is a choice, and it's really simplified to weak and strong. And it takes a lot of strength to use your brain. Yeah. It's kind of like you let go and be easy when you want to just use your heart for a lot of things. That's the easy route out. There's no thinking when you're using your heart on a lot of things.
Right.
When you're mad, you want to kill somebody, someone did something to you. Like, that is a very extreme story, someone murdering your dad, right?
Yeah.
And then fast forward to my grandmother being murdered, which is a lot closer to, like, I'm being tested on a lot of things on this planet. And all in the right times too, because you think about it, if I would have met that woman when I was 17, which was like, I was a psycho at that time.
Right.
There's no thinking involved. There's only reactions that are taking place, right?
Right.
So a metamorphosis took place during that moment in my lifetime when it came to brain over heart. And now I'm able to be here for my kids, provide for my family, make a lot of impact on a lot of young people because I'm using my brain.
The world benefits more from you this way. You're right?
I'm just trying to be me. And so if I can benefit somebody, that's always a part of who I am.
Yeah.
I feel good when I help people. I'm definitely focused on being the best father I could be. I chose to be a father. I didn't accidentally become a father. I planned to be a father, and now I'm a dad. But an even trippier story about anger and control was when my grandmother was murdered. She was murdered because I put her in a care home, and the care home employees abused her.
Wow.
And then overdosed her on drugs because she was very vocal about how bad the care home was.
Oh, wow.
So
shit.
Her video of her being abused is on YouTube right now. So it's still there. It's all there. It took me, was rough. That one made me had to really think my whole life because it took me 6 months of depression after that. But this is the question I can ask you, I can ask anybody, and I teach this a lot in my leadership class. Someone murders someone you love, you would die for this person, right? And in such a way where they also abuse them on video, and you have access to that video. And in fact, after she was murdered in the care home, obviously we closed the care home down, take the license down. But there's this 3-year civil lawsuit, and the lawyer keep having to show the video to me over and over again, right? Yeah, so are you a father?
I'm a father too.
It's like someone taking your child, boy or girl?
2 boys. Kidnapping
your son, and then abusing him on camera, and then killing him, and then sending you the videotape.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's over. Oh, dude, couldn't live like that.
The only reason why I do this as an exercise to in my leadership class because
it's intense.
It's a true story for me, but I try to bring it to like a true feeling of how you would feel.
It's real, dog.
Yeah, you're getting sweaty right now. You're getting pissed off right now.
Probably the worst possible scenario that could ever
you can ever think of on this planet.
Like,
you'd rather die yourself,
bro. You could do whatever you want to me.
Yeah.
Just don't do that.
And not only that, it's not even a death. It's I abused her before she passed away, and now here's evidence of that you can watch, right?
That's
so here's like the extreme essence of allowing your brain to be logical in very emotional, dramatic, extreme situations, right? Of course, it took time, and it took me 6 months to get through that.
Right.
But at that time, I had a care home business, and we work with people with autism. That had transformed into a day program where we have 300 students right now. 300 students that range anywhere from autism, developmental disability. We work with all of it.
That's
mental
dope.
retardation. And I have 150 employees that every day have to go out and work with our students.
Right.
At the end of the day, My grandmother was abused because those staff members were very underpaid. You're underpaid. You're also not trained. Working with humans and giving a service like care requires training.
Yeah.
Mainly anger management. Because think about it. You're getting paid minimum wage. You're not getting paid a lot. You're also asked to do a job that requires for you to really focus in on like taking care of another human.
Yeah.
You know, elderly or young person or developmentally disabled, those are all groups of people that need care, right?
Right.
So if that's your responsibility, but you come home and let's say your boyfriend was sleeping with your best friend, you found him last night, and today you got to go to work with all that, how are you going to manage and deal with all that? So what ended up happening was, obviously, when my grandmother got murdered, bro, all the demons came back again. Like, it made the news here in Sacramento. It was on the Sacramento Bee front page.
Wow.
Yo,
that means it's extreme.
Bro, when she passed away, I had a vision of this whole plan about what was about to take place. Because remember, deep down inside, I'm an evil motherfucker, right? With evil shit.
Right.
I'm just like, the man you see today is just the caretaker of that evilness that's locked away somewhere.
Just keeping him at home.
Keep him locked up with a fucking key, right?
Yeah.
Like one of those vampire boxes that can never come out again, okay?
Yep.
And that, when she passed away, I had visions of going to fucking Home Depot and getting some rope and some torches and on some torture shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on some evil shit.
Man, that guy, I mean, shit. Dude.
No, it was more than one guy. It was like 5 caretakers. So that's why I was going to go and do like a hostage situation.
Holy shit.
Right? Like the news would be all outside and I'll be inside like, doing my shit inside.
Oh, man. You had that vision in your head?
It was all planned out, the whole thing. Like, I wasn't even envisioning how I was going to be talking to the news and shit.
No, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's like, these are my
evil
demands?
motherfucker.
These are my demands? Or what?
Well, I mean, my demands are just like, stay outside until I'm done torturing all these motherfuckers, right? But at the end of the day, you can't blame someone that doesn't know how to do something. So it's like, you guys do mass T-shirts. Someone fucks up a T-shirt order, right? You could be like, you fucking stupid motherfucker. What's wrong with you? How could you fuck up all these T-shirts? Or you can be like, yo, what did I do? What could I have done to support you?
Right.
How could I have trained you better on the T-shirt machine? Right.
Yep.
And so when I look at that, I went back to my company and I created first of all, I gave all my employees a raise. So now they're the highest paid employees in our industry that work with all these people with developmental disabilities. So we hire like the highest level people to come in that get taken care of. Right. And then number 2, I started like a quick 2-minute anger management course that happens every morning. So in the morning, they do their anger management lessons, boop, 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 boop. They get fresh ideas about how they're going to deal with any anger and any baggage that they have from outside. So when they come and work with our clients are safe and are dealing with people that are in a balanced level. Right. Right? That aren't going to lose it over some bullshit.
They kind of focused in on the care. It's an exercise to focus their mind on the care, not their outside world.
Exactly.
Kind of leave it at the door.
Exactly.
You got an exercise for that?
I do.
I will need that exercise after this, which can just leave shit at the door.
Yeah, there's like 4 good techniques you can use whenever you're about to kill somebody.
Okay.
I'll hook you up.
Just go with one. At least for the people watching.
Yo, I mean, like you're gonna be tested on this planet.
Yeah.
Right. You're gonna be tested, so it's up to you to make good choices. Everything is about choices. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Oh man.
I agree. So we were still getting to your origin story of when you got your license with the care homes, and how did you get from there to Bono Ape?
So I make enough money to retire at 29, and then I get my grandma. I buy her a house in El Grove, like a nice ass house. I was super happy about that experience of getting her out the hood and taking care of her. And so once that happened, I decided to take some time off because I needed a break. Right. I was like extremely working so many hours. That winds up to be a good benefit to me because money really works where you have a lot of money early. It pays off later in life. Money works for you while you're sleeping, right? So if you're a squirrel and you're getting all your eggs before wintertime and you pile up all your eggs, the way money works is that those nuts, right? All those nuts are working for you while you're sleeping. Right. So the more you can pile up early, the more better you're gonna. I'd rather be a millionaire at 22, have $1 million at 22 than $1 million at 65. You're both millionaires, but now that $1 million is working for another 40 years for you, right? And it's growing and bubbling up, right? Mm-hmm. So I was fortunate to like want to like take care of my grandmother. That love that I have for my grandmother forced me to not knowingly know that building up my money early would later on prove to be a real strong, important factor in this whole process and this story. Because I took time off. I took 10 years off because I was just retired. I had retired when I was 29.
Holy shit.
Just off the money I bubbled up from this business.
Wow.
That 50 grand meant a lot. You know what I mean? If I didn't have that 50 grand, I couldn't have done those 3 care homes, right?
Right.
But during my time of making 15 grand a month, I wasn't blowing it on jewelry and fucking bullshit.
You were investing.
I was saving it, getting ready for an investment, right?
Yeah.
And so when I retired at 29, I took 10 years off. I traveled the world by myself, learned a lot about like life. And then my little brother comes in Vegas and comes and talks me into doing cannabis business.
Nice.
And so we go up to Humboldt, buy a plot of land, get us at the time, Next Gen, like what Dave has, that company was just starting out, that greenhouse company.
Right.
Because at the time, 2017, 2016, everyone was growing in hoop houses. Right.
They had to do it themselves and drag the tarps over.
Right. But this company, Next Gen, and Josh Conley, the son of this agricultural family, had decided to branch off and make this high-tech greenhouse situation, which to me, I don't like calling it mixed light. It's almost like sun-assisted indoor. You know what I mean? Because all the controls are there, just like you don't have air conditioning, but you damn near have everything you need for an indoors controlled environment. So we bought one of those. It was the first one in Humboldt.
Sun-assisted indoor. I like that. That makes sense because you are controlling the entire environment as an indoor facility, and then you're getting a little extra boost on power.
Yeah.
You know?
And the sun light has a little different spectrum to it that gives that flower something a little bit different. Right. That's why Dave and everyone that grows and that can really grow in a greenhouse, their weed tastes good. They can still taste good. There's only like three dudes that can grow in a greenhouse on like a top level. You know what I mean? Like Jeremy fucking Denon, Dave, my little brother, and maybe like 1 or 2 cats, and even Kenji from he grows in greenhouses. Kenji can grow in any place. And really, if you can grow in a greenhouse on a high level, indoor is like putting training wheels on.
What's their brand names? Like Dave's Preferred Gardens, and then where's Kenji from?
Kenji's insane with Be Real.
Dr.
Yeah.
Green something?
Yep.
That's dope.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, man, you moved up to Humboldt. You guys were Marathon Farms first, right?
It's HMC Farms first. And then the new positive pressure greenhouse that we're building, which is the biggest state-of-the-art greenhouse facility in the world. That's Marathon.
Tell me about that, dude. What makes it? I mean, what's the square footage of it? Like, what makes it the biggest?
We got licensed for 120,000 square feet.
Okay.
We got.
That's fucking huge, bro. Yeah. 120,000 square feet.
Yep.
Of greenhouse.
20,000 is going to be a head house that has all of our processing and distribution and manufacturing type 7, and we even have a retail license on there. So
that's fucking dope.
We're gonna put a helicopter pad there. It's gonna be a vibe.
You're gonna put a chopper. How much a day can you produce with that type of facility, dude?
We estimated 30,000 pounds a year.
Damn. Wow. And this is all gonna be very, very high grade. I'm thinking.
You know what comes out? Yeah, you know what comes out of these greenhouses because
Yeah. Damn, that's going to be a lot.
5 runs a year.
Yeah.
5 runs a year, perpetual.
Are you excited for that shit?
I'm getting burnt, to be honest. You know what I mean? I'm getting burnt. Yeah. Prices are on its way up again, which I'm happy.
Yeah.
The distros are starting to call up a lot. You know what I mean?
It really took a fucking nosedive in the last couple months.
Dude. I had like 2-3 distros that like have been so loyal and down for us and have good customers. You know what I mean? Like they come and buy up all our shit still. Obviously, prices aren't the same as what they was before, but the fact that like I'm getting 2-3 calls a day now because of the time of the year. You know what I mean? And I don't think some of these larger farms can really like exist in the way that they're existing.
Right.
Like those 500-acre farms. I know what it costs to run these farms because
so big, bro.
They're going out of business too.
You think so? Or they are?
The outdoor ones, almost all outdoors getting bodied by these bigger ones, right? That's what Dave was telling me. So if you ain't growing really, really nice, as close to indoor weed as possible, your time is short.
Time's coming up.
That's what I'm talking about. Legacy. Like I did a post yesterday about. I was saying, yo, what is legacy to you? Legacy farm.
Legacy farm.
When someone says like a legacy farm,
I'm thinking that for me it's information or I would say growing for a really long time, 40, 50 years, or being passed down information from growers like your dad or your grandpa to your dad to you, and you're growing with your kid. That's, I feel like, legacy growing, someone that's been in it since the beginning of marijuana activism and, 70s type deal, and that spirit of the love of the plant has kind of lingered into your bloodline, kind of.
Yeah.
Does that make?
Yeah, that's my understanding of a legacy farm, and also legacy farm being you were black market, now you're turning into, you want to be white market, and you're trying to build your name of your farm and keep that heritage in your family and all those things that matter. That makes sense, right? And I respect that. I respect that. Since it's been hard, I've been seeing like a lot of posts come on Instagram. Only buy from these legacy farms to save them because they're small family-owned farms that, and some motherfuckers are gonna be pissed at me because I'm saying this, right?
Right.
But I don't give a fuck.
We're being real, right?
If you're a small family farm, they're saying buy from them. Only buy from them because these larger farms that are coming in, they don't give a fuck about this industry. They don't give a fuck about the culture. At the end of the day, I was looking at that, and there's this like idea of a Chad, right? That name Chad. Yeah. Like this motherfucker's a Chad coming through here trying to
keeps coming up.
Start a farm with his mama's money, right? Right? If you mention Chad, you can even picture in your mind what the fuck a Chad looks like. Right? A homie with a fucking sweater over his fucking shoulders, walking through, right?
Cardigan.
With a cardigan.
Yeah.
Coming through in his fucking drop top fucking Miata. And being on some like, hey, I'm Chad. I'm here now. I'm here to fucking buy your weed, right? Or I'm here to start my farm.
Yeah.
And I'm not a legacy farmer. I just told you my story. I'm a gang member, and I'm a gang member that had turned my life around with autism.
Right.
And now my little brother that fucking talked me into this weed company is whatever I do, whatever company I do, I gotta be number one.
You gotta go all the way.
Yo, even in my schools, you go to my school. I have a school, 2 of them right up the street here. You walk in, it looks like an Apple store, yo.
It's nice.
Yo, you put it like this. You would want, if your son had autism, you would want him to come to my school. Like my students walk around with iPads and they're working with highly trained staff that are highly paid, and it's not like what you like. Whenever parents come to like get a tour, I wish them go look at my competitor, then come back. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna go there. It's gonna smell like urine. It's gonna smell like feces, and the spot's all fucked up.
Chaotic.
Bro, there's no training. There's probably abuse and neglect and shit. You come to my shit and it's fucking Apple store. You feel me? Right. Like everything I do, I want to be an industry leader. I don't want to just be normal. Otherwise, I was already retired before this. Like I'm just getting off the couch because I'm bored and I want to do something great. I had already done my due. You know what I mean? I'm already chilling on my fucking vacation, my long vacation that's about to crack off.
Right.
So I jump in the ring again, right?
Yeah.
And I'm boxing with all these big companies that are like Silicon Valley money, fucking New York trader, like fucking Wall Street money, Silicon Valley money, all these big groups, right? I got a fucking bunch of partners and shit, right? That have to all work together. Like me and Dave be talking about this shit. Like, yo, we don't got no fucking partners.
Right.
We're just gonna fucking kill this shit ourselves. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna smash this motherfucker, and I don't need no, like, needing somebody is like, that's okay, that's good. If you need somebody, but I already have a partner. He takes 50% of my money.
Right.
His name is Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam does it.
I gotta fucking split up my shit with Uncle Sam, and I'm not trying to like break off like the rest of my 50%, cut that up. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's already not enough already. What are we talking about?
We're talking about Dave and Legacy Farmers.
Yeah, Legacy
Farmers.
Yeah, about that post. So I was thinking, like, don't beg me to buy your shit just because you've been here for a long time. I don't want someone to buy my shit because they feel pity for me. I'm just going to grow the bombest fucking weed, and you're going to want to buy my shit because you're going to get fucking high off my fucking dope, good quality weed at a great price.
Right.
The market will fucking will control what happens. You can't, to me, asking someone to buy your shit just because you're about to go out of business is not a good look for you.
It's not.
And instead of putting that energy off onto the customer, put that energy off onto yourself and realize that this is a fucking gladiator fucking ring. And you have to come up. You have to win here. This is win time.
You got to grind hard.
You
got to come different.
Everyone knows that the people that are going to last now are the ones that are still doing the best products.
Right, the quality.
That's it.
More than the packaging.
The quality, the everything. Right. Your everything has to be great.
Yeah.
And your price has to be good.
Yeah. I agree. 1,000%, bro. You got to have it from top to bottom quality.
Yeah, man. It just feels weak to be on that, like, it feels not right to think about your business in such a way where you want someone to save you. And I'm just going to save myself, bro.
Yeah.
My team is here to save ourselves. Like, we're going to work hard and kill everybody.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, I mean, Legacy, I don't think everybody should be pushing just to purchase Legacy weed. I mean, just people for the culture, about the culture. You know what I mean? I'm sure you do a lot of outreach, bro. Sounds like you do. You do a lot of coaching. You do a lot of guidance of the youth and things like that. Like, that trumps a lot more than Legacy or anything. Like, it's good people that people want to support more than anything. So just be a good person. I think if you're a Legacy farmer and you're a fucking dick, I wouldn't buy your weed.
Right.
So it's more like, be a good person and bring really quality product and bring everything, that good person vibes and culture to that product. And I think that, Bono Ape does that. So I don't think you got to worry about anybody but being a good person and a good company that's giving back, And I think a lot of companies in this industry, they forget to give back. You know what I mean? But at the same time, this industry is tough because they're fighting for their own at the same time. Like, almost like they don't have anything to give back because they're just trying to fucking hold on. Hold on till, I don't know, licensing closes up and their license becomes more valuable to sell it, or holding on till the rest of the people fall off and their product becomes one of the few on the shelves and they become a legacy brand from this point on.
Right.
So.
Right. Plus, if you're a dick, you deserve to get your ass whooped too.
True. You do. More so if you put your hands on people, then you should get your ass whipped. But if you're a dick, then fuck your weed.
Yeah.
When
was the day when you could just catch one? You know what I mean? Like, everyone's shooting too much and doing a lot of that.
Oh, dude, those days are gone, man, because everybody has the thought that you have it in your pocket, too.
Yeah, like it's okay to just, even your homie, like a good friend, you just have a disagreement. I come from a place like, just go to the back.
Boxing gloves.
Maybe. Okay, you can. And then,
just
hand it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
just be nice.
Easier, we heal longer. Like,
that's true. That's true.
Some boxing gloves, dog.
But I have had friends that's how we settle our situation, and then we get it all out, and then we you know what I mean? And there's too many weak energy, snitching and
it's getting weaker and it's getting woker. I don't know. It's not our era. We kind of grew up in that time zone where,
I don't know this time. That's right.
I think was the last generation of, no offense to the next generation. I mean, of course, there's a couple all-stars coming out of your generation, but our generation had good realness to it still, even with our artists and shit like music and
that's right.
all of that, dude.
Music makes a big difference to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why when I was listening to Nipsey Hussle, that was like a throwback to like some real time when like people were talking about some real shit compared to like, I don't know, I can't connect to what the fuck is cracking off right now at all. And the principle behind it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snitching is, yeah. What you about to say?
Yeah, fuck snitching.
Bro, you can be a snitch and be a millionaire after that.
You can, but
it's like a business.
It's a horrible business to be in.
I mean, for that millionaire,
eat at you.
It's crazy, bro. Like, what are you really teaching everybody if that's your game? That you can be a millionaire being a snitch.
You're teaching people that there's no consequences, so everybody can do it.
Like the idea of like honor and like holding your word.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah.
They're still out there though. Let's believe there's good people still, and let's believe that the only reason that we talk about the shitty people is because they seem to get spotlighted in the media and shit like that. But I could tell you, dude, I got some good people. My nephew, bro, he's 22, solid as fuck, or loyal as fuck, and he does everything we kind of need without us even asking most of the time. You know what I mean? But his work ethic is there, but he's 22. He ain't like you, but he's grinding. He's doing his fucking thing and trying to make every penny count. So I think what the media pushes in our head, that's what we're kind of generalizing.
I do.
I got a few solids, bro, at that age.
I had someone be solid one time. That's a legendary scenario. When I was 17, he was 16, and he had just got jumped into our gang. And he was like a little newbie boy, and he was like 5 foot, barely 5 foot. And he had just gotten to the gang, and then he and 3 little homies went and smoked someone. And all 4 of them got arrested, and he took the rap and told everybody it was me, and he didn't even pull the trigger. They gave him life when he was 16. I'm 17, so that's 26 years ago. Yeah. So I ran into him like last year.
No way.
And didn't you get life? And apparently over how many presidents have gotten by, his lawyers had found a loophole to get him out from being tried for murder as a minor. And he got out after 20 something years.
Okay.
The homies that he took the rap for never visited him.
Ooh. Wow.
Never wrote him, never put money on his books. That's a long time. That's a long time to be thinking about somebody, but you're young and you don't care no more.
Yeah.
And so I guess that energy is still there where it's like, if you're not going to take care of me, why do I need to like stand up for you type shit? It's trippy, bro.
That is trippy.
And now when I see him, he's a little just 20 something years. You know what I mean? Like he did what he was supposed to do.
How you just run into somebody like that?
Bro.
What the fuck?
How did I run into the lady?
You got that juju, don't you? That good, like, that energy, dog. Yeah, I seen your gambling on your fucking thing. You're a winner.
Don't mention the gambling.
Oh, yeah.
There is no gambling.
No gambling.
There is no gambling.
But, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't know. Money comes to me. So money comes to me effortlessly like a magnet.
That's awesome.
Like I'm a magnet. It just comes to me. I don't try. It just does it.
Just put that energy out there.
Absolutely.
You know what I wanted to kind of ask you was like, for a new and upcoming brand or something like that, everybody wants to know how to get on like a celebrity and shit like that. Like, what's a nice little little lesson on how to kind of get in where you need to be to get your product on people that you need to get it to? Like, no one's ever gamed anybody up on that.
You just got to be a real person in general, because it doesn't matter if you're celebrities. At the end of the day, are people, right?
Right, they're people.
And so, at the end of the day, if you are not a real person yourself, they're already sensitive to fake people all the time, trying to either get clout. Let me stand next to you and take a picture. And right. I got this new scheme of this. Can I borrow some money? Or, hey, let's invest in this. And they're around that fucking 24/7. So the best advice I can give you, if you're trying to get someone to buy into what you're selling, is what you're selling got to be real, and you got to be real. And you got to be a real person in general. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if you're not even, it's not really like selling something, because I would never really ask somebody to do something for something on just, and when I deal with relationships, everything is based on a 5-step scenario. Okay? There's only 5 resources for you to gain and to share. Only 5. I challenge you to come up with a 6th. Money, you can share money. Property, we can share. I can let you have this. We got water, you let me have that one. We can share property. Time, we're sharing time right now.
Right.
Time is valuable to some people, more valuable to others, right? Money, property, time, emotion, you can share emotion, and knowledge. You can share knowledge, right? Yeah. If you have some secret money-making scheme, right? Yo, hit me up. Let me know what's up. Like my homie. If it wasn't for him letting me know about the care home business, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Right.
Right. That catapulted to so much because of that piece of knowledge, right? If I didn't have his dad to teach me how to do a care home business, the day program, the cannabis business, all these things would have never transpired, right? So knowledge is important, but you can share it. And what's the golden rule about sharing? This is where everyone's relationships get fucked up. You and your girl, you and your best friend. What's the golden rule about sharing?
Keep it even.
Exactly.
Is that it?
Fairness.
Yeah, fairness, right?
If it's fair, you're good.
Everybody's happy.
The moment it starts becoming unfair, you can be okay with it for a minute, but it starts fucking. Like, you ever let someone borrow $100 and then they don't pay you back?
Yeah.
Okay, then they come back, you see them with some brand new shoes?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like they should have paid me my $100 before they got their fucking shoes.
Look how angry you get.
Yeah, right? It's happened before.
And that's money, right? Yeah. But that can happen with property, right? Watch this. With your time. Let's say you're standing at Frozen Part 4 with your little daughter for 2 hours in line, and then some dude walks up in front of everybody, and then like, whoa, bro. You got to get in the back of the line, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got no privilege here.
It's not even going to it's not taking that much out of your time, maybe one more second, but it's still the principle of him invading on your time. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Everything has to be fair in all your relationships.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's huge. So yeah, fucking getting in, being real, probably getting in the right places at the right time.
That's always going to be, I believe that whatever you want out of life, either it's going to come to you or you're going to go get it.
Right.
But if you smoking weed all day, playing in your mom's video games in your mom's house every day, nothing's going to fall onto your fucking lap, bro.
Opportunities aren't going to come.
Even when I met that lady, I was still working somewhere and she came to me, told me about my dad. I'm out moving around. I'm not stuck sitting in one stagnant place. Right. I'm constantly striving to move forward.
You know, you said something earlier that I tell a lot of my young homies and my young, nieces, nephews. You said you saved your money and waited for your investment opportunity. That is probably the most weirdly untold by, parents and adults and people you look up to. Like, I had to figure that out myself, like, save your money and wait for that, because investments come all the time. And when you have saved money and you just let the word out just a little bit, hey, I got money to invest. What you guys thinking of doing? Oh, we don't have anything right now, but once you start planting that seed, people know who to call. Once they're thinking, I need $50K. Didn't AJ say you had $50K to invest? Give him a call. See if he's down. Here, shoot him the plan. You know what I mean?
Yo, everything you're saying is exactly right. Let me expand on what you just said.
Go, please. Please.
In your world, all around you, there are fucking arrows. All around, even in front of us right now, there's arrows right here. Arrow. All around us. These arrows are called opportunity. Okay?
Yep.
And there's tons of them all around you. Tons of opportunities. So sometimes you can create an arrow. But every once in a while, a fucking golden arrow comes. Okay? It's like when you're playing poker and you're like, I can't catch no fucking cards all fucking day. Finally, 2 aces. Fuck, my golden arrow. Every once in a while, a golden fucking arrow comes, right? If you ain't fucking ready, that golden arrow gone.
Right.
And if some of those golden arrows will never fucking come back again. And some people will never even see one golden arrow.
Right.
Now, you're a business owner.
Yep.
What's one of the most important resources? You need time. You need knowledge. What's one of the most important fucking resources to start a business?
Capital.
Fucking money, right?
Yep.
But what do all young people do with their money?
Spend it.
They fucking spend the most valuable fucking resource that you can ever fucking get that can catapult you with more fucking of that same resource, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're blowing that shit. You know what? So what it is it impatience.
Right.
You have to fucking have it now, right?
Yep. That's our society now.
I went through a gold watch era. I went through that for a minute. I lost the watch. And then I thought to myself, why do I even need a watch? Okay, it's just another thing to worry about.
Right, another thing to fucking hang on you.
So even to this day, I don't have a watch. I don't have a shiny gold watch. It's not a part of my fucking, and like my being that makes me feel good about myself. Like, look at my shiny fucking watch.
Right.
I'm not the shiny fucking watch guy. That's a rent-a-car you saw me in, by the way. But my main car, I'm the minivan dude.
That's what's up, dog.
I've been riding my minivan for 8 fucking years, cousin.
I don't have a minivan now, but I grew up in a minivan with my family, and I love them. They're so comfortable. They're so comfy, bro.
It's the Cadillac of fucking vans.
Would you get a Pacifica?
Nah, that's too costly.
Okay.
I got the Dodge Caravan, cuz.
There you go. Oh shit.
I didn't even get the Grand Caravan. I just got the Caravan.
We had one of those Dodge Caravan Sport 2000.
You can fit a lot of motherfuckers in there too.
Lots.
And move cargo around. You can do a lot of shit. I be seeing motherfuckers with Louis Vuitton but they don't have wheels on the Louis Vuitton. So they're expensive and they're looking good, but they're hauling all their shit all around the fucking airport. I got my little Walmart shit on wheels, cuz I'm like, yeah.
So comfortable. That's a thing. Like, my wife fucking tells me all the time, like, it's functionality. I'm into functionality and comfort now more than style and like great
status.
Like,
that's something inside you, right?
Yeah.
That's something that you feel like you need.
Yeah.
Think about that for a minute and then really recalibrate what are your needs and wants out of life. Is it because you want validation from somebody? Or are you really using money as a game and recognizing that when you look at Bill Gates, he don't got no fucking shiny watch.
Nope.
He's just all about building that capital. Like, he's playing a game right now on a high level, right? And I'm just trying to elevate my shit and be in that game with him.
Bill Gates actually is jumping in your game. They just said that he's the biggest cannabis farmer in the world now. I don't know how they're saying that. I don't know what they mean by that, but I didn't read the article. Just saying.
Yeah.
Saw the headline.
Yeah, I love it. I would love to, like, let's compete.
Yeah.
I want to compete on that level. I'm feeling honored to be doing business on this level because all I really was just a punk.
Yeah. Are you doing any like NFT shit with your weed and strains?
Daryl, where are you?
Been getting hit a lot with our Calibis farms and things like that. I
got 2 hitters right now. They're called Daryl and Daryl.
Oh yeah. And
I love them, and they're like my brothers, and like they run my company. They're co-CEOs of the company, and they really want to they manage me on my money and what we want to do next, and we do projects together. And one of the things, like in that little social media house that I had in Bel Air, one of these kids did an NFT project, and I'm really happy for him. Okay, I'm really happy for him. He knows who he is, and I love him. I love all the kids. Like working with all them kids in there really taught me a lot because they're really so bright. But the year that I had that, I just dismantled that social media house. So we had a celebrity in there. We had some other people in there living in there.
Oh, you dismantled it? You put it away?
I dismantled it, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're moving our resources to construction. Okay? This is a game of like risk and war. And we're moving our defenses here, moving everything there. And so in the cannabis business, this is war right now. Okay? Right. It's me against these fucking Silicon Valley little chads and these motherfucking Wall Street motherfuckers, right? Right? And I got two homies in Oklahoma. They're 2 little hustling ass motherfuckers from Philly. They're running Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Ricky and fucking Pedro and Electroleaf. I got my homie fucking Calibis in LA that's doing his shit. He's from New York gangster. And we're just trying to be the anti-Chad. You know what I mean?
Anti-Chads, yeah.
But not, cool. I mean, I'm not in legacy either. I'm just a business person trying to like do good. So.
I like how you say that you guys are playing pretty much chess and you guys are moving your pawns around. So you want to, you know what I mean? The Chads are coming in and the Silicon and all of them, and you're here yes, this media house is killer. It's fun. You probably had some dope ass parties there, but at the moment, this is gonna make us more. Let's dismantle this, put our eggs over here, and triple it.
Bro, I'm President Zelensky, and Putin is coming into Ukraine, and I gotta move my motherfuckers move them over from Poland over here, and fuck, I'm up against all the fucking Silicon Valley Chads, and like they're Putin, right? And then all the fucking Wall Street Chads, and there's the other part of Putin, and I'm over here just trying to like move my fucking little guerrilla army around and get my shit straight and survive, and like at the same time, all these motherfuckers are getting like peeled off over here. That farm's dead. That farm's dead. You know what I mean? There's so many people that like double down on this shit that I'm over here just like funding it all with every last thing that I have to make this shit crack off.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. I had to like position shit properly because, you know, at the end of the day, I learned so much from all them kids out there. You know what I mean? Like they did such a great job with, like they're really social media masters. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're only like 20. Some of them, one was 19, had never moved out, but he controlled like 20 million followers, millions of followers he was controlling.
Fucking crazy. Dude.
All the big firms that wanted like followers had to go to him. He was like the little Wizard of Oz motherfucker. And so,
and it's just young, dude. That young age
money
right
like,
now.
That was the hardest part for me because like in that house, I kept the room in there because I took a meeting with all my lawyers and said, should I do this content house? All my lawyers said, don't fucking do it. Right. And of course I didn't listen to him. And I'm like, I'm going to do this fucking house. I'm going to throw this rapper in here that I love. He's like my son. You know what I mean? He's somewhere right now. I'm going to throw fucking all these little like fucking social media masters in there. But they're all like 19, 20. But they don't even know how to do their own laundry, cuz.
Yeah, just get dirty.
They're jumping off the roof into the swimming pool, having parties. They're not even, some of them don't even shower. Okay, you know who the fuck you are.
He loves you, he's just being real.
And I have to tell you, go take a shower.
Right.
You feel me? Like shit like that. Like clean up after yourself. Right. I haven't lived with someone for a long, like since I was 18, bro. I was making money. I was making bread since I was 18.
Right.
I had a housekeeper since I was 19. You know what I mean? Because I was making bread. But I didn't want to do my laundry.
Yeah.
These kids, they don't think like that. They're just like, I'm good. That big ass pile of clothes like this. I'm good smoking their weed because they control so much on Instagram.
Right. They made it a jungle, huh?
Some of them were making like dough, man. You know what I mean? Like that one NFT kid.
Yeah.
He did good. You know what I mean? Really good.
Yeah.
It's an NFT you know about. Put it like that. Huh?
No shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. He started it in the house. Now he's probably in France somewhere. You in France somewhere or Greece.
Sounds like a good deal.
Every time I see his Instagram, he's in like a new country. And he started that NFT in the house. So it was like that house was like that was a historic little time for all of us, you know what I mean? And we'll probably have another house again, but right now I'm trying to I'm fighting on this fucking cannabis shit right now.
And where you were at you grow in Humboldt County, LA, and Oklahoma.
LA is where we keep our distro.
Okay, LA's distro.
Our 2 farms are in Humboldt, and we have an indoor facility in Oklahoma that's about to pop off in like 2 weeks.
And when does your other your big facility come online?
Phase 1 is coming online in 3 weeks.
Woo!
About to plant.
Exciting.
Yep.
That's fucking dope. Good with the state. Licensing went well.
There's a video on YouTube like right when they did the voting and all that shit, and I'm like fucking thank you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm really happy about it, but like I say, man, like I'm starting to slow down. Like right now, it's time to just pass this off to the young motherfuckers and like have me just chill at home.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
you got to do that, bro.
Yep.
What's new coming out for Bono Ape? What is fresh new that we need to watch out for and strains and all that?
You know, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like we're starting to branch off into wanting to do manufacturing. We talked to you about, man, that bag you made me was, you got to come and see them about all their avenues of merchandising, because it's not just T-shirts that y'all got. You guys do such a good job.
Thank you, man.
That smell-proof bag was sick.
Thank you.
I have it in my hotel.
You still have it?
You're
using it?
I'm using. You know why? You know the reason I'm using it? I'm gonna do bags.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm just like getting all my ammo up.
Okay.
For all these Chads.
Got you.
Right? It's me against the Chads, and me and my team. I got a team of fucking gangsters behind me.
Right.
And it's the anti-Chads versus the Chads. And we're just getting our ammo up. And then when our ammo's up, we're just going to come out and just murk motherfuckers.
That's badass. That's fucking exciting. I'm excited for you.
Me and the homie Dave, you know what I mean?
Yep. Dave's on the come up, dog.
Jeremy
Shout
Denon.
out to Dave,
Jeremy
preferred.
Denon and Green Wolf. Jeremy Denon owns him and his partners from Loud Pack on Green Wolf down there.
Right.
That's my brother to the end. He's like, him and Dave like are two of the best growers, and John Slablab in Denver, who forever I'll be indebted for helping us with our irrigation, and yeah, he's a wizard.
Nice. Anybody else you want to shout out before we wrap up?
Man, I just want to shout out everybody out there that's really trying to make it happen. I was mentoring someone earlier that called me. She's like, should I do this? Should I start this YouTube channel? I'm like, do whatever the fuck you want to do and stop second guessing yourself.
Right.
Because you're a business owner.
Yes, sir.
The first step is the hardest one.
Just showing up.
The second step is hard, but nowhere near fucking harder than the first step.
No, not at all.
Even the 50th step might have a different kind of hard. The 1056th step will have a way kind of different kind of hard than the 52nd step. But the first step is the absolute hardest fucking step you can ever do when you want to be brave and do a business.
Agreed.
Oh, before you end, I'm going to give you a technique to help you do your first step.
Please do.
I'll give you all a technique. Help you do your first. It's called the 3-finger rule. You ever heard of 3-finger rule? No, 3-finger rule? Watch. Well, all of us will do it together, right? Whatever hand is your dominant, left hand, right hand, okay? Put your hand up. Then take your thumb, your index finger, and your middle finger like this. Okay, there's 3 fingers, right? Now think of anything you want to fucking do. I want to quit smoking. I want to start a business. I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I want to quit smoking. I want to start a business. Take your index finger and touch your thumb now, like this. I want to start a business. I want to lose weight. I want to quit smoking cigarettes.
So you just manifest the shit out of it.
And the next thing you do is you start. But you got to make a prolific moment happen before a big change happens. You can't just be thinking about, I'm going to quit smoking tomorrow.
There's got to be...
Maybe next week.
There's got to be
it's something prolific.
A start point.
Yeah, it's like get in front of the mirror and slap your face, or fucking tell your friend to slap you in the fucking face and say, from that moment, I'm not looking back. I mean, it's how I quit doing drugs. It's how I quit drinking. It's how I quit. I love weed, but it's how I quit smoking weed. I had to have a prolific manifest, even writing it down. So you hold yourself to that shit.
Right.
But I like someone told me about the 3-finger rule, and I like it because it's prolific enough that you don't need to go get tools to do it. You just, okay, you know what?
Fucking start.
You want to lose weight. You want to quit smoking cigarettes.
That's powerful.
It can be powerful if you choose.
It can be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Depends
but without that fucking energy to go, it's just snapping your finger.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. People really got to commit from that point forward and fucking step on it.
That's right.
Step forward.
That's right.
I agree, man. Well, where can everybody find you on IG, Facebook, or whatever else you kind of work with? TikTok? Bono Ape?
I don't know.
Bonoape?
Something like that.
Check him out. Find him on IG. Hey, Sean, thank you so much for coming through. We really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody who's paid attention. A lot of game was dropped today. I know that you're going to probably rewind this a few times and soak up more of that knowledge that you missed. But thank you so much, Sean. That was a great show. I really appreciate you coming out, man. Everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care. Peace.